okay? No bonnet today. We getting serious. But honestly with you, if you've been watching my videos, which you may or may not have been, this may be your first time. Hey, what's up? What's good? Okay, anyways. I recently cut my hair, literally today. And it has been a mentally exhausting decision to make for some reason. I don't know. I've realized after I went through this, because I literally, like, just happened today. Like, I just went through this yesterday and today. And my mom was talking to me about it and she was like, oh, you should make a video about it because, I don't know, it was a hard and new experience for you and, like, you should share it with other people. So that's what I'm doing, okay? So this is a story time, basically. Basically, long story short, I got my hair braided yesterday because I'm going to be traveling soon and I was not happy with the braids and the way they turned out. And I have been wanting to cut my hair, like I've had the idea in my head for a while now, probably at least over a month, I would guess. And after the braids didn't work out, I'm a big planner. I'm a very type A person, so when things don't go how I thought they were going to go, especially when it comes to like my hair, I tend to freak out a little bit. I freak out a little bit, okay? And I also had a photo shoot booked for today, and the braids were supposed to go with the photo shoot, so I ended up having to reschedule, and it was a whole thing. So now my mind's just racing, and it's like, what am I gonna do? Because I typically, if you've seen, I have like a video where I do my hair routine, and it took me over 40 minutes just to get my hair done out of the shower. And I didn't want to have to do that on vacation. That's why I get braids typically. And so in my head I was like, oh, I'll just cut my hair. Right? Right. You would think that that's what no. Because what was happening was I knew that I wanted to cut my hair, but for some reason I needed some sort of outside validation to tell me that I should cut my hair. So when I went into work this morning, I asked everybody, I was like, do you think I should cut my hair? Do you think I should cut my hair? Do you think I should cut it? Every single person told me no. They all said no. They said, we love your hair the way it is. Your hair's so pretty. If you cut it, it's not going to be able to, you know, do as much with it or, you know, whatever. And they were all valid points. Like, it's not like none of them were wrong. But they weren't telling me what I wanted to hear. And it was making me upset and more frustrated because I kept wanting, like, the more they told me no, the more I wanted to do it. But I felt like because no one was telling me what I wanted to hear, it wasn't the right decision, even though I knew I wanted to cut my hair. And so it sent me in this, like, mental spiral where I was just consistently overthinking and, like, getting in my head about my hair and knowing deep down that I wanted to cut it, but knowing that everybody around me was telling me no. And I'm here to tell you, sometimes the best person you can listen to is yourself. And sometimes other people don't know what's best for you because they are not in your shoes. They don't know what you've experienced. They don't know what you're going through. They don't know what you like. They don't know what you don't like. Sometimes people give you advice from their own life perspectives, from their own opinions, from whatever. And that's fine. It's fine to ask for advice for someone, but don't let it cloud your own opinions and beliefs and wants. Okay? Because if I would have just listened to myself, knowing that I wanted to cut my hair, I could have saved myself a lot of mental freaking time and stress. Okay? Really. Like, really. And I don't know. For me, it was really frustrating because I knew that this was because I couldn't trust myself, because I've been in situations where I've kind of been taught that the things that I feel and the things that I think aren't right in certain relationships. So I'm starting to learn about what I really want and trusting myself. And it was really frustrating because I knew that this was because of this situation that happened to me in the past. And it was pissing me off at the same time because I'm like, wow, like, this is great. I can't even make my own decision for myself. And at the same time, I was dealing with all these emotions and stuff, and I just felt so pause. Allergy season. Okay. Anyways, I felt so spoiled because it felt like such a first world problem. Like, oh my god, my hair. What am I supposed to do with my hair? And I felt so, you know, like a brat almost because I'm over here having a mental breakdown over my hair, which it's important to have that kind of perspective and be grateful for like the problems that you do have if they're not that serious, but you also don't want to invalidate your feelings because obviously I feel this way for a reason, and I've been having problems with my hair for basically my whole life, honestly, especially for my natural girlies out there. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, coming to terms with your hair and like accepting it and loving it and knowing what you want out of it is really what you have to dive into. And this is something that I knew that I wanted to do, but I still allowed everybody else to get in my head and to persuade my decision, even though I knew I wanted to cut my hair. And I'm so glad that I did. I love it. I honestly love it so much. And I'm almost baffled at the fact that I let other people's opinions make me question myself. So yeah, man. And it also opened my eyes to like how important hair is to some people. Like, honestly, like culturally, socially, like it's funny almost how much we depend on our hair in some circumstances, and I don't know, just it was just wild to me that I had such strong emotions about my hair. Like, it sounds like such a, you know, out of saying it out of words, it's like, that's so stupid, like it's just your hair, like whatever, but like it's your hair, you know, it's important, especially for women, you know. So yeah, I didn't have like any notes written down for this. So I'm just kind of talking on my butt right now, but I hope this is making sense. I don't know. And I guess when my braids got messed up, I was obviously very angry and upset and frustrated. And I knew that it was happening for a reason, which is an important thing to remind yourself whenever things aren't going the way you wanted them to. But obviously I still felt the way I felt. But I knew that it was happening for a reason. I feel like this was the reason, because I have been telling myself that I've been wanting to cut my hair, but I'm waiting to do it because, I don't know, to make sure it's the right decision or to make sure whatever. And I kind of feel like I was forced into this place where it's like, okay, well, you know, now it's like, okay, do you want to have to deal with doing your hair on vacation or cut it to make it a lot easier? Because this hair took me legitimately 5 minutes to do. 5 minutes compared to over 40 when it comes to how long it was before and styling it. So yeah, if you're thinking about cutting your hair or dyeing it or, I don't know, shaving it off, and you know, you feel like it'll better yourself, do it. Your hair can grow back. It grows back. Seriously. I feel like so many people stop themselves from taking risks or from making decisions that they know they really want to do, but because other people don't agree with them or other people don't see what they see, they stop themselves because they don't trust themselves enough. Trust yourself. If you know you want to do something deep down in your heart, do it. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care what anybody else says. They're not you. They're not going to understand the things you want. They're not going to understand the things you want to do. So just do them. Okay? You'll thank me later. Okay. I feel like that's all I want to talk about. I feel like this is, I don't know. Yeah. Like, I love it, legitimately. And I'm so glad that I did it. And like, as soon as I cut it off, I was just like, I immediately felt 10 times better. I was like, this is what I wanted to do. And I did it. And by me, I mean my mom. I did not cut my hair. My mom is she's a hairstylist. She cut it for me. So, that was the other thing, is like, if I knew I wanted to cut my hair, I know I could cut it whenever I wanted. So it was just a time. I'm trying to think if I want to say anything else. I'm trying to think of like, I can't think of anything. Nothing's coming to mind. Okay, yeah. Anyways, so we literally leave for our trip in basically 2 days. I was planning on making like a vacation prep video like I did last time, but I just didn't feel like it. I might make like a packing with me. I don't know, I just have to see how I feel. But I will for sure be making videos while I'm traveling, so be on the lookout for those. Okay. Anyways, I hope this makes sense. I hope this isn't a waste of my time. But yeah, I hope you got something from this video. I hope you liked it. Yeah. Have a good rest of your day. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good rest of your life. Do what you want to do, bro. Like, sometimes you just gotta do what you want to do. Okay? And it's these decisions like these, they feel like they're the end of the world in your head. They're not. And I'm not invalidating your problems, but when you take yourself outside and you're like, you know, you see the bigger picture and you see how much worse things could be, it kind of puts things into perspective. But thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go now and blow my nose again.